We got us a Ouija board.
Oh boy.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yep, he's in there.
Yeah, I mean, 823 is, you know, a lot, but there's a streamer that I watch. She has over 25,000.
Gee. 25K. I can't imagine that shit. Hell no, I'd be too scared. I'd be too nervous.
My brightness is at 2.0. Okay, so for actual in-game settings, I typically have my brightness at about 2. That's mostly for stream, so the stream can see better. It does help when you're flashlightless sometimes, though. And then... So, everything, of course, is on the wall here. I'm sure it showed you a couple things in the tutorial. I know it has stuff to go over, like ghost writing and dots and cam and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I walked into the front door, saw the TV turned on, got scared and turned around, and then you sent me the room code.
Okay, cool. So the little black box here with the rainbow on it, that is an EMF meter. This is specifically a K2 EMF meter. This is the actual real life stuff that some people use. Usually you don't wave it around, though. They're pretty sensitive devices. They're meant to be, like, you know, turned on and sat somewhere. But we don't do that.
So do we just like toss it in there? Or?
Nah, we're going to take it around. So EMF 5 is one of the evidences. If you hit J and pull up the journal, and then you click over to the evidence tab, you'll see there's this top level, which has 7 evidences that can be checkmarked. And then there's the 24 ghosts down below it. So EMF level 5 is one of the evidences. Every interaction the ghost does will give EMF, right? So EMF is a strong way to find the ghost. But
So
only 10 of the
narrowing it
ghosts.
down.
Yeah, only 10 of the ghosts can give EMF 5. I counted earlier. That's the only reason I know.
What ghost? All right.
Yeah, essentially.
All right.
And then, you know, I think it's 11 can give spirit box, which is the one right next to it here. Another 11 do ghost writing. Another 11 do dots, and like 10 do ghost orbs, which is seen on the video camera. And like 10 more do fingerprints. So some combination of all of those 3 reduces it down to 1 ghost.
Okay. I'm starting to. I get in theory, but once we get in there, that's where I might have some issues.
That's probably where it'll fall apart. The crucifix here, we have 2 of them. They can prevent a hunt twice each. It's done by placing the crucifix in the ghost room or where the ghost is. If the ghost tries to spawn and do a hunt within 3 meters of the crucifix, you'll see the crucifix will go into a damaged state, and it will prevent the ghost from doing the hunt at all. Yep. It'll do that twice, so that it has 2 damaged states. The thermometer here, the purple thing, that's another way to find the ghost. What is it? Like 11 of them give freezing evidence, where it'll go down below freezing. But if we can't find it with the EMF, after 2 minutes, the house will be warmed up, because I'm going to go turn on the breaker. And then the ghost room will be the coldest in the house. It'll be under 10 degrees Celsius. I typically use Celsius because then as soon as it hits 0 or less, it's freezing. It's as opposed to remembering that 32 and under is freezing in freedom units.
Okay, I should probably change that back to Celsius then.
Salt you can place down and the ghost will step in it. It's not used for anything right now other than objectives, which are listed over here. Salt is not one of them for us. And then the Wraith is special. It can't step in the salt, but that'll be a lot harder to notice. The paramic, as I said before, you can use that to listen for specific sounds that can help you sort of find the direction the ghost is on the much larger maps. But right now, it doesn't hold a whole lot of purpose for us until we get to the next update and we can use it to sort of pinpoint ghost location. Then it becomes a lot more powerful. Smudges can be used.
Okay.
Yeah, smudges, if you use it in the ghost room, will increase ghost activity. If you use it while the ghost is hunting, it loses sight of you for 6 seconds. And, you know, you can use that to get away and hide.
Run away, yeah.
Yeah. It will also prevent the ghost from hunting for 60 seconds. So you can also use that immediately after a hunt to safely get out. Candles will help prevent sanity loss by holding them in your hand. The ghost can also blow it out for interactions, which can be one of the objectives that are listed over there. And then the Onryo has a special ability tied to the candle. We can go over that later. Lighter is used to light the candle in the smudge. You have to have the lighter in your inventory because you can hold 3 items at a time in order to use either of those. Last thing here are sanity pills.
The lighter and the smudge, or?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It takes up 2 of your inventory slots, and then your last one will probably be the flashlight. The last thing here is the pill bottle, which is the sanity pills. On this difficulty, they restore, I think, 25% sanity. Sanity is displayed over here on this monitor. You can think of that as your health. So, you know, the higher sanity you are, the less stuff happens. The lower sanity, the more crazy it gets. Most ghosts can't actually try to kill you before 50% sanity. There's a few that can, and there's a few that have to wait even longer still. And it bases off the average sanity, which is the average of both of us, not off just one of us. Or the average of everybody in the house, anyways.
Oh, so the average is below 50. That's when he starts trying to kill us?
Yep. There's other special stuff tied to it. A demon doesn't care about that. It'll hunt you no matter what. So, being on professional mode, we don't have a setup timer, meaning as soon as we enter the house, a demon could try to kill us. But the next one would be a Fae, which can hunt at 75%. So we have a lot that we can lose before that happens. Breakers in the basement.
Okay.
For the most part, that's everything. The last thing here, which you can put on if you want, is the head cam. It just means that you can see my face camera on this monitor here. It can also be used to see the ghost orbs in the ghost room through it and whatnot. That'll turn on once we leave the truck.
Oh, okay.
While we're in here, nothing is going on. Until we enter the house, the ghost can't even do anything. Over here is the key. You have to pick that up to get in the house. And the numpad, you use that to open up the truck. E picks up the key, click opens the truck. But yeah, so since every ghost gives off EMF when doing anything, that makes the EMF meter pivotal to finding the ghost in some of the early stuff. Some people like to grab other items, but I find that this one's really good. You kind of listen for something to happen, and you can go confirm it with the EMF. Otherwise, you can also just look for stuff to be knocked over. If the ghost decides to throw anything, of course, it's not meant to be on the floor. So that's a good indicator that the ghost is or was there.
And that's not like something we cross off, right? That's just like letting us know he's around.
Yeah, that's just stuff happened. Other than that, it's just, you know, we find the ghost room as quickly as possible and other stuff. The big silver flashlight's a red herring. That's the crappy flashlight. This one over here next to the tripod, those are the good ones. It is a distinct difference between the two. I see a lot of people will grab this one. I'm like, no, get the other one. And they're like, oh, that's much better.
I went into the tutorial. That is the first thing I grabbed.
I think that's the only one it has in there, because you don't even unlock the strong flashlight until like level 10. Oh yeah, then the microphone here is the sound sensor. That'll tell you that sound is happening within an area. So you place it in the map. It'll show you on the little map up here how much area it covers. And then over here, it'll tell you if it's hearing sound or not. Right now, they're mostly useless. They're not even good when they should be good.
For sure. They just need to be patched up.
Yep. So you can hold up to 3 items at a time. I typically go with the EMF meter, the photo cam, which you can use to take photos of interactions and other stuff, and the flashlight to be able to see. The camera is a good way to make some extra money at the beginning, since you can take photos of everything it throws, every door it touches, and get extra money for each of those. You can also take a photo of the bone, which is something we have to find somewhere in the house. And you can take a photo of the cursed item. And those just give extra money. I think those give $10 each, or no, those give $20 each. A photo of the ghost is worth $30. And of course, you have to buy all this crap.
Okay, for sure. Wait, what was I gonna ask?
Mhm.
So we don't mess with like the cursed item, like we don't grab them or anything like that. We could just take a picture of them.
I mean, you don't have to use it. It can help you find where the ghost is, though. But it will probably also cause the ghost to hunt, and cursed hunts are twice as long. Normally, a hunt is 60 seconds. A cursed hunt is 120 seconds or something like that.
Note to self: stay away from the cursed items.
Ah, they're fun. Like once you understand it a lot more, they make the game so much easier, which is why the highest difficulty, Insanity, doesn't have a cursed item. So, welcome to 6 Tanglewood Drive. The ghost cannot actually do anything until we get into the house. See that little lock symbol? Yeah, so once we unlock it, the ghost is actually active now and able to do things. If you want to follow me, I clicked on that light. I click on this light so that when I turn on the breaker, those are instantly on.
I can't hear you anymore.
You can't hear me? It threw something. Hello?
Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah, I couldn't
All
hear
right,
you.
I just had to re-turn on my my microphone. So I heard the ghost throw something instantly. Oh yeah, over here through this plate. It's not giving off EMF anymore, so we can't actually do anything. Oh, and there's the bone. So you can go ahead and pick that up. Just crouch down and eat it.
Pick it up.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go turn on the breaker downstairs.
Oh no.
Oh goodness. It's down here. It done touched the rocking chair. Oh my, this ghost is nuts. It touched the door. Yeah, I don't know what ghost this is, but it's going cray. So typically when it comes to this house, I'll turn on the living room and then these two lights here. Because you can bring it in here and sort of like loop it around this. If you need to.
Like hide it around.
Yeah, to buy some extra time. Otherwise, you want to check for hiding spots. So like the closet over here. The ghost can't actually see through these. So if this closet's open, you can go in here, stuff yourself in this corner, and hold this door closed, and you'll be fine. Because the ghost will try to open those doors. Yeah, the ghost will open those doors. So we'll leave that open, that it's a hiding spot. This one is blocked. There's stuff in there. And then this one over here is open. So we'll leave that open and it should be fine. You don't even have to hold this one. You can just run in there and you should be okay. The more time you spend in the dark, the more sanity you lose, of course. So having these lights on means that we can get to the ghost room without really spending any sanity. It's time to go grab some more evidence items. Having a little bit of experience, I went ahead and threw down my flashlight at the same time. Damn, what the ghost are we doing? Okay, cool. So we've lost about, what is that, 25% sanity so far.
Oh, did you leave your flashlight in there in case you need it later?
No, it just gives me an extra hand. So if you want to grab a couple more items here, I don't know what you probably left everything on your inventory.
Yeah, I saw the camera and the EMF.
Yeah. So from here, we probably want to get the ghost writing and the ultraviolet flashlight here. Yeah, the purple one. And then, I don't know, maybe the thermo so we can determine which one actually is the ghost room, because it was going sort of everywhere there. We're still mostly safe. Maybe in about 15 more sanity lost, we might want to consider taking pills. But we're okay for now.
Alrighty.
So now it's figuring out exactly where it is in those locations. In a pinch, go and hide here or go and hide in there. You should have about 3 seconds from when the ghost tries to start hunting until it's in actual danger zone. I'm not seeing orbs here.
You gonna turn the light off again, or?
Nah. It's just easier to see the orbs in the dark, so I just turn those off. You might want to shine that on the door here. So the UV, it'll give that UV evidence on the doors kind of in the middle of the door, right around where this cross is. If there is UV evidence, you'll see it there. Just a big old handprint. I'm sorry, it muffled you.
Oh, found some.
Oh, it touched that, huh? Alright. Nope, I did not leave my EMF down here. Oh yeah, it's touching. Yeah, so it's a basement ghost. It's hitting this cooler over here. Which means I am not seeing ghost orbs. Alright. Well, that's fine. Crouching does not affect your speed, so don't be afraid to crouch. In fact, if you crouch and when you crouch and go around the island, it can actually not see you on the other side. Okay. Which means those interactions that it did, it can kind of interact with the floor or through walls. Like when it goes to do an interaction, it has like a small range it can do in. Alright, not monkey paw. Where's my camera? I think I threw it down over here. There. I can go check a couple cursed item spots real quick. Nope, not voodoo at all. So the cursed items spawn in set locations on every map. Oh, hey, look at that! It teleported the mannequin outside.
Don't like that.
Don't see that too often. Is it music box? It's a music box. So the music box spawns in here. You can use that to play a song that the ghost will try to walk to. You walk towards it, it walks towards you. While you listen to the song, you lose sanity. When you get to the ghost, it hunts. So you have a moment you can take a picture of the ghost and then run away.
So it's bait, alrighty.
Oh. Come over here and shine the UV on the door. I just touched the door again. And it just ghost evented. We might want to go take sanity pills. Oh, it is fingerprints. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Yeah, it is ghost eventing like crazy. We gotta get out of here. Because I just got hit by 2 ghost events, which means I lost a bunch of sanity.
I have pushed this talk on, so thankfully you didn't hear me scream twice when it whispered at us twice.
So see that? Our average sanity is down to 40% now. Actually like 35, so we need to take pills right away. Oni's not one of them. I think it might be an obake. What else would an obake need? MF5, fingerprints, and ghost orbs. But I didn't see ghost orbs. But we didn't see fingerprints when it knocked on the cooler. Oh, it might have knocked on the other cooler. Alright, so what else might be going this crazy?
It did 2 coolers down there. There's 2 of them that had fingerprints on them.
Oh, it had fingerprints on it both times? I didn't see them the first time.
Yeah,
right.
both there was 2 coolers and they both had it. So he was like messing around down there.
Alright. Let's see. This is a unsure. Right. They don't tell you on professional. So do you have the ghostwriting book? Or no? Yes, we'll take that downstairs and put that in the ghost room. Let's go get the evidence items down there so it can do something.
Alrighty. Do we just like toss the ghost book down there?
Use F to place it, and then the ghost can interact with it when it's on the ground. So ghostwriting usually takes the longest to get because the ghost is kind of stingy with interacting with it. So that can kind of be a thing. Dots is just as bad, honestly. Yeah, it is definitely down here. Dots is just as bad for interactions, but... Oh yes, good placement. You place it right by the dots, that way if the ghost throws the book, you can really tell. So we take a second and we just watch the dots and see if we see a silhouette walk through the dots. That's definitely one of the things to watch out for. It has a forced interaction with that because it used to... What? Because it used to not... Yeah. It used to not do so very often. It was kind of a rare interaction. So they added a timer to it where like every 90 seconds or so, the ghost will like force interact with it. Which is one of the things that they're changing.
Alright, for sure. Should we have a camera on it, or is DOS enough?
It should be fine, but if it's a Goryo, which I'm not sure if it is, you can only see the dots through the camera if nobody's in the room. So, yeah, that'll be fun. The other thing I have is Spirit Box. It's cold, but it's not freezing down here. All right, so if you want to step out of the room, I will turn off the lights and do some spirit boxing.
Alrighty.
Oh, it touched that door. Yeah, where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? How old are you? Are you French? Are you horny? Are you sexy? Where are you? Are you hungry? Do you want to build a snowman? Are you here? Where are you? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you horny? Are you grandma? Do you like to go potty? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you horny? Where are you? How old are you? Alright, it's probably not Spirit Box. I can't for sure say it's not Spirit Box, but it didn't say anything on the Spirit Box.
For sure. Huh.
So yeah, for the Spirit Box, typically you just want to be in the room by yourself, unless you're playing on a difficulty where the truck will tell you it responds to everybody, in which case it's fine. And then you turn the lights off in the room, and you ask it like 3 basic questions. Are you here? Are you close? How old are you? Those get the most responses. But it mostly listens for like, are you or how old? So you can ask it anything that sounds like that, and it kind of works.
Yeah, I think I heard you say, "Are you horny?" a couple times.
I'm sorry. Did it just Spirit Box? No, that's not what it sounds like. That was very electronic. All right, let's go check the dots from the truck.
That might have been my phone going off, my bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Our key is right there in case it's a garage ghost. It will... If it's a garage ghost, it will turn on the car alarm, and you need that to turn it off. That's fun sometimes.
Does it do anything, or it's just like to annoy you?
It's kind of an annoyance. So now we'll just kind of watch from here. That was a poltergeist throw.
You just chuck something?
Not just one thing, but 2 things. So that like white thing there on the floor and this hammer, it threw both of those at the same time. So the poltergeist can throw more than one thing at a time, and that's a huge hit on sanity, which, damn, we took a lot of sanity. But wait, I think poltergeist is Spirit Box evidence. Let me check. Not freezing. It is Spirit Box.
But that one's blanked out though. That's weird.
Yeah, so it'd be Spirit Box and writing. That is a pain. All right, well, I guess we got to do the fun stuff.
Did we get EMF 5?
I don't know. I haven't been listening. Nothing else really happened that would gave EMF that I could register. Yeah, that was a ghost event. All right. Looks like there's one more pill. Do you maybe want to take this pill and just boost the sanity up a little, give us a little safety?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Yeah, I'm fairly positive that was a poltergeist. Let's go see if it writes, and let's try Spirit Box again. So that is the only way to be sure, is to get more evidence. Or even better,
Okay,
contradictory evidence. Yeah, there should still be one down there. How fun, your first actual case, and it's a basement ghost.
Oh boy.
Alright, no writing yet. Put that down there. How old are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are there any ghosts here? Let's look real quick. I heard something. EMF 3. Yeah, so EMF 5. EMF 5 is a 25% chance to happen on interactions if it's a ghost that gives that evidence.
So if it's EMF 5, that would mean it's a spirit? Because we got ghostwriting and spirit box.
I don't see ghostwriting, so we don't have that yet. Where are you? Are you here? Oh, there we go. I did get Spirit Box, and now it's where I just heard writing. Incorrect, I did not hear writing. It did say I'm here, though.
Down here.
So, Mimic, Phantom, or Poltergeist. And I am positive I did not see Orb, so it's not a Mimic.
I'm out.
So, it hunted. Hopefully he lives. I mean, you're gonna picture in the body. He probably could have made it too. Woo, we got damaged on sanity. And what could that be? The poltergeist does usually not deal that much damage to your sanity. Alright. Well, I'm gonna say it's a poltergeist still. Unless it's a mimic doing wild stuff, and you can mark that and still get credit. Oh hey, it's ghost eventing. I can tell that because on the activity monitor it's doing a 10 here, which means it's doing a ghost event somewhere. I'm also not seeing evidence of EMF 5 on the activity monitor.
There's some jobs ready for you.
Oh man, was that supposed to happen?
I'm sorry you had to die for that. It was in fact a poltergeist. What we saw on the camera was a polter throw.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so a better move might have been to go into the boys' bedroom and just jump in the closet, but I think your flashlight was still on, so that wouldn't have made a difference.
All I saw was the lights flashing, so I just ran. I didn't think about any electronics or hiding. I just wanted to get out the house.
Yeah. So, yep. Soon as the house starts flashing like that, it's a good clue to get out. You've got your 3 seconds of grace period to get away before it starts doing anything. Did you mark Polter in the book?
I don't think I did, to be honest. I think I accidentally put Mimic.
Did it use consumables? No, I still have everything. Yeah, I still have everything. Okay. Okay, I mean, that works out fine. We'll do another. We'll just go back to Tanglewood. All good. Only one person actually needs to select the map when we're in agreement. The voting system is more for like public lobby stuff where people don't want to play certain maps. Yeah, we'll do the easy map again. No issue. It's a learning
Still
curve.
have unlocked. Oh no.
Typically in public lobbies, it's considered polite to bring your own flashlight too, but don't worry about it. I have more money than I need considering the game is about to reset everything and delete all my money.
Oh wait, it's actually gonna reset with the update? They're not just gonna add stuff?
Yes, because they're doing a progression reset, so they're gonna reset everybody's levels and money.
Whoa.
Yep.
Hard reset, that's cool.
Yeah, but it's because they're going to change that and add a prestiging system. So every 100 levels, you can prestige back to 0.
That
And
makes more sense.
get
Better
a
than just having your
super
number go up.
yeah, get a super fancy badge. So some people are losing, you know, millions of dollars. I'm losing about 23,000.
23 million?
No, 23,000.
Oh.
For a minute there, I was cheesing a 14 times difficulty for levels and money.
Jesus.
It was really easy for 14 times difficulty. All right, so if you're ready, yep, we can go back in and try it again.
Alrighty, here we go. Ghost Adventures Part 2.
It's fine. It probably won't be a poltergeist again. Or whatever.
All right, we're here.
You know, I'm not used to people loading in that fast.
Prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Usually I'm the first person in the truck.
Intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports
That the Samsung's pre-built PCs aren't always trashed, I guess.
Yeah, everyone else takes a second to get in here. So, yeah, typically I just go in with the same thing. You can try whatever you want as far as it comes to like things to find the ghost, but this is pretty tried and true. Looks like the breaker's in the basement again. You can actually see that on the map. So this is the top floor, this is the basement, the little green indicator is the breaker. It only spawns in 2 locations on this map. Down there in the basement where it was last time, and in the garage, which is
I know the breakers like turn off and turn on the power. Do we need to do that?
it's a good idea to do so because then the lights can help slow your sanity drain, and certain ghosts like the djinn can't turn off the breaker, so it'll give you evidence if it turns off the breaker. It's not a djinn. If it doesn't turn off the breaker, it's suspiciously a djinn.
Okay, for sure.
That's more for like when you're doing 0 evidence. The ghost won't give you any of the evidence stuff.
Does that happen often?
It's a custom difficulty you can set up. So I guess for some people it's very often. Okay, that door is just open. This hiding spot is still there and available. Run on down here. You just click to turn on the breaker, just do that right away, so all that stuff is on. And now we just gotta listen out for the ghost. Walk around, try to find the bone, turn on the couple lights, and just listen out for it to touch something or throw something. We can also look for the cursed possession. It's not a monkey's paw, which spawns here in the dining room in
Do
this
lights affect
hutch.
like the occurrence of ghost events, or not at all? It's just like for our sanity.
The sanity has a small effect on it because like a shade can't do any ghost events before
I can't do
70.
it,
Oh, the shade can't do ghost events before 75%, so that's the only factor on that. It's a ghost. It's a haunted mirror. We can check where the ghost room is. So this one will show us directly where the ghost room is. Using the mirror is an instant 20% sanity loss to see where the ghost room is, and then every second after like 2 seconds, it drains your sanity at 1% per second. So right click to put it up, right click to put it down. it was directly looking at a door. But it turned on water somewhere. Okay. It's in the master bedroom.
I found the nursery and I'm going away from that. I don't mess with kids and ghosts. Nope.
Did it throw something here? Okay, yeah, it did some stuff here. Dirty water is a good photo to get. Dirty water is like, it's a big money photo. Okay, so we can turn on these lights so we have, you know, clear, no sanity loss to get to the ghost. And then now we just got to get our evidence into those 2 rooms. Oh, it threw something again. You can just kind of hear the light thuds as it throws stuff. Yeah, there's something on the activity monitor. It's probably not going to be EMF 5 though. Boom. Boom. So I grabbed video cam and dots. Maybe if you want to bring the writing book into that room, and yeah, we can use the thermo to kind of suss it out. What? It didn't throw that book? Man, that sucks. Let's get into there and figure out which room it is. Did it just touch that? Alright. That was me. I swear I just saw dots. I swear I just saw dots, which means that the master bedroom here is the ghost room, because it can only dots in its actual room. And I don't believe I saw it on only the camera, so that means it's not a Goryo.
Whoa, EMFs are going off.
You have a photo cam on you?
Yeah.
Take a photo, take 2 photos of this door over here. Or just 1 photo of this door. Sorry, we're not gonna get the interaction anymore. Okay, it's not fingerprints. Oh, it must have thrown the thing off the wall. But it touched the door, so that means it's not fingerprints. If a ghost is a fingerprints ghost, it will leave fingerprints 100% of the time, unless it's an obake. Oh, it's ghost writing. Take 2 photos of the book. So 1 photo will be ghost writing, 1 photo will be interaction.
Got it.
Nice. So wait, if it's dots, if it's dots and ghost writing, which I think it was dots, then that will end up being like a Urei or something.
I haven't been getting any freezing temps, so it's not that.
It's definitely that room though. Oh, it just threw something again. Not EMF 5. So yeah, now we just kind of want to peek at this here and make sure of whether or not it's dots. I swear I saw it, but I could be wrong. Just keep watching for a silhouette to walk by. Yep, there was. Might have been hard to see. It was on the right side of the chair, but that was dots. Oh, it's a Deogen or a Thay. It's either hella dangerous or hella not dangerous.
The best of both worlds.
So a Deogen can see you wherever you are on the map. You can't actually hide from it. You'll also hear it be like machine gun fast when it's far away from you, but when it gets close to you, it slows down to a snail. So you can just walk it around the dining room like it's no problem. A Thay, on the other hand, they start off... Oh, it's in the bathroom. Yep, there it went dust again. Athe, on the other hand, is the fastest ghost in the game at first, but the more time you spend in its room, the slower it gets and the less it'll start interacting. I gotta check what their other evidences are.
Oh, one of my viewers asked if you can play as the ghost.
Not in this game. So in Metaphysical, which is a ghost hunting game based on Supernatural, the TV show, you can actually play as the ghost. And in Boomen, which is not really a ghost hunting game, you're taking items from a house that a ghost happens to be in, and it tries to kill you. You can also play as the ghost in that. But no, Phasmophobia will never have a PvP mode. It's not something they want to add.
Understandable.
We
We haven't found any bones or anything like that, right? Just
No,
the
we've not found the bone yet. In fact, in the alpha version, apparently it had an exorcism step to it, but DK, the creator, felt that made it too much of an action game, so he took it out.
Because like it's supposed to be scary, right? But it's not supposed to be like high pace, I guess.
Yeah, basically. All right, I'm gonna go try Spirit Box in that room, unless you want to try it. Because Spirit Box will be Spirit Box will be a Dio, and what was the other one? Orbs will be a Thay, but I don't see orbs. I've been duped on that before though. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you close? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you horny? Are you sexy? Oh. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Thank you. It's a Dio. You want to have fun times? Hey, it's a Diogen. Yeah, so another trick you can do when trying to get Spirit Box, if it's just being stinky and not giving it up, it did a ghost event there, and I was able to get its photo because it was just standing around. But then when it ends the ghost event, that is where the ghost is standing. So you can walk onto it and you can get Spirit Box. Because it's directly in that location. You need to be within 3 meters of the ghost to get Spirit Box. So that just tells you where it is. You can also use salt for that. If you place down salt and it walks through it, you can follow the footprints with the UV until it gets to the end and use that. So this is a Diogen. A Diogen cannot hunt us until 35% sanity, so we're pretty safe for a long time. I also need another camera to take a bone photo. Unless you found it. I didn't check.
I haven't found the bone yet, but I have the camera.
Okay. Yeah, so we're heckin' safe. Unless it hunts us in the wrong spot. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's just light.
I found it. That's a spine.
Hey! Spine in the bathtub. Somebody slipped and broke their back. Yep, so if you pick it up when you whenever you host a lobby, it'll put together a skeleton in there.
Just build a body back there at base.
Yeah, pretty much. So, you want to have fun?
Oh boy.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Oh god.
Is it in here? Is that what that was meaning? Alright, fine. So, I can look at this until it breaks, which will force a hunt. Alright, now the ghost is hunting and gonna come for us. Just casually walk around. It will not be able to get you. It does see us, though. See? Not look. See? See? He's going super fast. Come on, Sonic. Come on. Where you going, boy?
You just stay away from it until he stops, or?
Yeah, don't get touched. It'll still kill you. But you see how he, like, ran really fast to get over here, but now he's super slow?
Yeah, he was hauling ass. I saw him run down the hallway towards us.
Yep. So, now this is just how you deal with a hunt. You can do this in super fast mode too. You can just run it around the table. But it's not the easiest to do necessarily. What you doing over there, homie? Alright. When the whole house lights go out, it's over. Oh, jeez.
Oh god, I'm out. Nope.
Theogens are fun. Yeah, just open the door.
Open the door. Shut.
Sorry, you can, if you grab the door and look straight down, you can walk through a closed door.
I was trying so hard to open the door, and I was like, "Are you holding it closed? What is happening?"
No, I wouldn't do that. This is about learning when I... Oh, get the ghost to blow out a candle.
Oh man.
Do I have 2 inventory slots? I do. Let's go get this ghost to blow out a candle. Just go in here and go whoosh. And whoosh. And there we go. It should hopefully blow one of those out.
Do we have to hold it, or you can just toss it in?
Nah, you can just put it in there. Yeah, I lit the one that was in the room, and then I set one down. They do go out over time on their own, but hey, why not, right? Can maybe get this. Man, I wasted that photo.
I don't know if I got a photo of him or not. Oh wait, I think you got one, right?
Yeah, I got one. When it did the ghost event, I couldn't see in the room, so I just tried to take the photo and I missed it. Oh, I got a... It did count for an interaction, though. And then I went around the corner and got the photo of it while it was singing.
You just blew up the candle.
Awesome. Yeah, we can go. We've done everything. We got a full 10 photos. We got all of this stuff. Yeah, it's... Deals are fun because if you have a loopable spot, they typically can't get you.
It's kind of...
Welcome back. I've got some jobs
I
ready.
didn't mark it. I forgot to mark it in my book.
Oh no, so you didn't get the money for it?
Nope, but it's fine. It's not like I'm losing out. It's too
Alright,
low.
I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting less scared, but that's until a demon comes out or something.
Yeah, demons will surprise you. They can hunt right away. But hey, look at that. You're level 4.
I'm making my way up in the ghost world. Let's go.
I know, right? So if you just want to ready up. I don't know if you can access this map at that level. But here we go. So this is 13 Willow Street.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
It's a slightly different map.
I've got nothing
This map was named Willow before a developer joined the team who happened to have a cat named Willow. The cat died. So there's a memorial on this map to the cat.
Well, that's sweet at least. I thought it was gonna be like the ghost in here's a cat or something.
No. Although another game, Philacterian, you can get a dog. That's a
dog ghost sounds cool.
that's a different kind of game where you have to find the haunted item and then exercise the item.
Oh, I think I saw you streaming that. I think when you exercise, like a yellow orb comes out.
No, that was Conrad Stevenson's. That's a realistic ghost hunting
you're right.
simulator. I love that game. It's got such good story. Nah, Philacterian's a whole nother ball game. Really fun though. So, yep. This is also the new sunrise weather, which looks really pretty. It also means that inside the map's a little more lit up.
Oh, and this one?
Yeah. So there's the same cursed possessions, but they're in different places. We need to detect the ghost with a motion sensor, repel it with a smudge while it's chasing, and get sounds with a paramic. So this little rectangle thing here, this is the motion sensor. I didn't really mention it. You push it on a wall or the floor. When we or the ghost walk in front of it, it makes a noise here on the truck and it lights up. It doesn't tell you anything, but it does that. That's the motion sensor.
This one right here for sure.
Yeah, so the thing that it does then is just you can use it at higher levels, I guess, if you really want to track where the ghost is moving, because you can put one in a doorway to see if it moves out the door, on either side of a door to see which way it turns. There is stuff you can do with it to sort of like keep track of where the ghost is.
You plant these, right? Like you put it down?
No, if you just right click, you'll turn it on, and then you can point it around to pick up ghost sounds. You're mostly just going to end up listening for it to start
Is it a
whispering.
threshold I'm looking for, or is it just like any sound?
You'll know.
Okay.
It's hard to mistake. It'll just go.
Oh, I remember you telling me now that a banshee just yells at me.
Well, not always, actually. A banshee only has a 30% chance of doing its special scream.
1 in 3 of getting my eardrums blown out by a banshee.
Nah, it's pretty quiet. They're realistic about the noises. It is a scream. It's hard to mistake. It's like a... But it's not super loud.
I think I've heard that before. I think I have one. I watched some of my friends play the game.
Well, it's a music box. A lot of the cursed items are right by the door. Breaker's in the basement on this one. It can be in the garage. The breaker can be in the garage, but in this instance, I saw on the map it's in the basement, so it's just down here.
For sure.
Yeah, just down and around the corner. There it is. If you click on it from a distance, it just flings the door open. Now we're just listening for the ghost to do anything. Check in a couple of the rooms and maybe turn on the kitchen light and the main light. I personally like to leave a little path of lights on that make it easy to get to the ghost without losing a ton of sanity. Yeah, so all this cat stuff here is for memorial to Willow.
Ah, it's cute. Kong.
Ghosty Goo, where are you? Okay, hiding spots. There are 2 in the garage. So if you need to hide, you can duck behind this shelf over here. Or behind that wood over there. Those are 2 hiding spots. There aren't the one... Yeah, behind there.
Ah, okay.
Yep. And then in the back of the house, you go back there and turn to the left, and in that back room, there's an armoire and a desk you can kind of hide behind. It's like you can duck behind this desk, and you can hide behind that armoire. It's kind of your 2 safe spots.
For sure. And this works the same as like the closet, right? Where it's just...
Yeah, it just...
Is there
it can't...
they can get in, or they just can't get in at all?
It'll walk in, and it'll like step into the middle of the room and see if it can see anything, and then it'll walk back out.
Okay, for sure. So go about visuals.
Or if it sees you walk over there, it knows, and it'll just follow you. Yo, Dearly, thanks for the follow. Thank you, thank you. We're looking for ghosties. I don't think I'm hearing anything, though. In the Basamante? Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying. Yeah, it's down here.
I'm gonna go grab the black light.
Okay, it's down in the basement, by the way.
Do you need to bring anything?
Dots. Bring dots, writing, and the UV. It touched a door. Actually. Don't worry about the UV. I just used the photo trick. It's not fingerprints. I should be okay. I do pretty good in this game. Just teaching the new player, you know, the usual stuff. You gotta do things right to bring people in, right? I could be a troll, but I won't. Oh, I should go.
Dots are the ones that look like cologne, right?
Yes. I would know. I don't usually wear cologne. I mean, I wear deodorant, but not cologne. Holy cow, I took a huge bit of sanity there. Alright, let's get you. And I guess switch out for freezing. And I am going to turn on stream on my phone. Yeah, that it's all about teaching new players how to get into the game. Because of course, there's a lot of stuff in this that's just going to be easy to miss and really needs to be picked up by just having another player sort of show you the ropes. And especially someone who's not going to try to kill you like a friend might. Alright. I think it's been about long enough that we should be able to get, if not freezing, but ghost temps. That is Spirit Box. In the wrong room, but that's fine. What happened?
Wait, where was this specifically?
Well, it threw that hammer on the floor, so it's here. It touched this door back here, so who knows? It could be in this room. I'm not seeing any orbs currently.
I put dots right here.
Well, it just flicked this light, so it's like out here. Oh, ghost orbs. It is out in this hallway. Ghost orbs can be kind of difficult to see. When you look with this camera, you can see like little, looks like floating motes of dust, and that is your ghost orbs. I mean, you can try to take a peek and see if you can see him to get a feel of it.
With the camera, or?
Yeah, with the camera. It was like back here.
He just opened the door.
It's not freezing. EMF 2.
The door next to you right here, he literally just opened it.
Yeah. It's fine though. We can take a photo. Did he touch that other door? Oh! Ghost photo!
Ow.
Crap! Also, it broke the lights.
Yep. It did not look happy.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go yell at it. Hey, ghost! Hello, ghost. I didn't really want to have to make a trip to Ace today. Hello. Where are you? Spirit box. Spirit box if you didn't catch that.
Got it.
So we have orbs and box. We need to check freezing and prints.
I'm bringing the motion sensor over.
Hey, what's the average sanity look like? Because it hunted. kind of step out of the house like that. Woo!
What happened?
Oh, it started hunting.
But yeah,
Oh.
since you said, as soon as I looked over at your stream, just a little stream snipe, I saw you were hiding in the corner. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take the pills just in case. So I took some real quick.
Oh, okay. Which means we were lower. I was gonna say, oh, it's an early hunter. That's interesting information.
Since we know where like it's at, should I go drop the motion sensor down there?
Yeah, that might be good. I think it might be a mare. We could try spamming the light switch and see if it turns it back off instantly, then we'd know it's a mare. Because like the breaking of the light switch, thanks Moxel for the follow. The breaking of the light switch isn't a guarantee it's a mare, but it's very suspicious behavior. Boo, follow only. You know, you gotta defeat trolls, honestly.
You gotta respect the grind, Mox. Alright, I left the motion sensor right there.
Freezing? Was that phrasing? No, it's not freezing down here. It's definitely not freezing. 5, 6. Pick up sticks. What about the Horbs? Are the Horbs still down here? Not seeing them. Did it roam? Roam if you want to. Oh no, there it is. Got to be a yokai, but that would get mad at us.
Get angry from the stuff we have down here.
Like having conversations then following. Okay, I mean that makes sense and all. But just, you know, as things go, yokai. It might. I was kind of thinking I would test for that, but I didn't have a smudge, so I didn't want to risk it. A yokai can hunt like super early if you're talking near it. So I think all the talking we were doing down there would have triggered an earlier hunt. I'm still very much thinking it's a mare, which would be ghostwriting because it smells.
Oh, I got the motion sensor. All we need is just a smudge, I guess. Oh yeah, and the bone.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were still looking for the bone. Oh yeah. Oh? No, that's 3. 3 and 2 to make 5, not 5 or 4. The activity sensor, sometimes here you can see EMF 5 happen even if you're not around. If there's no ghost event and it goes straight to 5 and then straight back down, that's a signal of EMF 5. Also straight to 6 or straight to 4. But it didn't do that. It went to 3 and then it went to 2. So it's active, but it's not EMF 5, which I don't even think it... Yeah, it can't be EMF 5. From here, we're just looking for, like, ghostwriting, and it turned the breaker off.
Yeah, he doesn't like the lights.
You smelly ghost, do not turn off the breaker. We need that.
I get scared without the lights on. You don't want my sanity to go down, would you?
Turning the breaker off. Who do you think you are? Where are you? Are you here?
Oh god. Oh my god, he just talked. Alright, bye bye.
Are you close? Are you horny? Are you sexy? Are you single? I asked if it was sexy and it said hate. I guess I didn't like that question.
Because I heard it say something with an H, and I thought it said hey. I was like, nah, it's Kaiser. He's just messing with me.
No, that's just Ugly Betty who doesn't like the question, is she sexy? You can also use that trick I was talking about with the doors to break them. So like when it's fully open, grab it, look all the way down, and just walk into it, and you can kind of pull it off the hinges a little.
Yeah, you just tore it straight off the hinges.
Yeah, or like this. If I... You can walk the wrong way through doors. Yep.
This is some tech.
So you need to get away quick. Doors, yeah, they open both ways.
Oh man, alrighty. Learning all this new Phasmophobia tech.
Yeah, you can break that one out on people. They fixed the beds too, because it used to be the blue beds you could get on like this, and the ghost couldn't get you, but they had to patch that out because full lobbies were just people standing on the bed.
I think I actually might have seen a tweet of that.
Yeah, cowards.
Huh? There's weird writing on the board. I don't know if that's a thing or not.
Oh, that's a riddle that they put in the game.
Oh, so that has nothing to do with the ghost?
No. But if you bring UV, I can show you where the answer is on this map. This leads to a different map, but there's an answer on this map from another one.
There's just like riddles written across maps?
Yeah, it was specifically related to the upcoming update. The answer comes out to Point Hope, and people are thinking that there's going to be a lighthouse map coming.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want. It's a normal speed ghost, so unless I want to really test it whether or not it's a yokai.
I'm just looking for the bone.
It's probably in the garage.
Of course, the bones with the ghost.
Oh, it's hunting. Ghost, 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 ghost. Ghost, 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 ghost. Ghost, 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 ghost. Well, it got him. Go turn on these lights real quick. And then I'm gonna put that down. This. Give it a second. Yeah, it's not. It's not. That's not a yokai at all. It's a mare. I mean, it might not be a mare, but it's probably a mare. Now the problem is I have to wait for it to be done hunting. But that was my first attempt at doing a yokai test. Only because I could see it very easy there. Chances are it was not coming there because it came straight around that corner and like beelined it straight for me. So it's definitely a mare. I don't think it's an Onryo. It's still entirely possible it is, but I think an Onryo is freezing. Yeah. So it's a mare. So I had to listen real quick there to make sure it wasn't still hunting. Pretty sure the hunt's over. Okay, if you can still hear me, it's a mare. I did a test after you died to make sure whether or not it was a yokai. And it's definitely not an Onryo because it's not freezing. We did almost everything else, so it should be fine. I guess I can give the hint at how to loop. That'd probably be the only other thing. That took forever for them kids to fall asleep, but they're finally quiet. Like the one thing about it. Yeah.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
I don't know if you heard me calling that one out.
Yeah, it was a mare.
Yep.
Whole
Uh,
20 schmeckles.
That could be worse. So the thing I did after you had died was I stood with the door closed and holding a flashlight, and it came straight through there. Because on that map, it's really easy to test for yokai. If it doesn't detect your equipment when it's walking around that corner, it'll go straight into the garage or it'll walk away. It doesn't normally come into the living room on its own. You changed your thing, but it didn't change your model at all.
What the heck? That's me.
Yep. That's believable.
What do you mean it's a fake ID? Does anything ever happen with this ghost in here, or it's just a little Easter egg?
It's a little Easter egg and decoration. If you look on this table here, it might be because it's a Unity asset, but it also says JoJo was here scratched into it.
Whoa, JoJo reference.
Yeah. I wonder what they'll do for Halloween, because they had something on Halloween where if you looked at this door, like walked up to it, it would spawn a bunch of cloaked figures around the middle of the thing here. That after a timer, they would all rush at you.
That's creepy. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So yeah, the Point Hope thing. This UV flashlight isn't normally here, but there's this UV stuff over here, which are the letters that you find on the maps when you do the riddles. And that's point.
It was like a sort of ARG type thing, but I guess in the game.
Yeah, so Point Hope. Which is where they're getting that idea from.
Oh, if it's a lighthouse, that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, it could potentially be cool. I really like the one in Conrad's. That one's nice. So when you're ready, we can go do some more hunting.
Right, my bad. Keep forgetting I got it ready, yo.
No, it's fine. Yeah, after you smudge, you definitely want to run to a hiding spot if you can remember where they are.
Oh, I thought the smudge just like gets rid of them.
No, the smudge will blind the ghost for 6 seconds, or especially for a Moroi, it blinds it for 12 seconds.
Man, I just turned on the smudge and just stood there thinking like, oh, I'm safe now. And then
No, but at least the Moroi is blinded longer.
All right.
Hey, your model updated!
Take a look at the equipment.
oh, finally. Now my ID won't look fake. Man, I just literally stood there with the smudge like, ha, you can't do nothing now, ghost. And then he started chasing me at full speed.
Yeah. That's also a thing too, is while the ghost has line of sight, it gets faster and faster.
Oh,
So that's fun.
so the opposite of the Dojin or whatever the other one was.
The Deogen, yeah. The Deogen doesn't change speed based on whether or not it can see you. Hantu also don't get faster. But every other ghost, when it sees you, it gets faster. I think there's another ghost that doesn't either. A Fae. A Fae can't speed up either. It has a set speed based on its age.
Age?
Yeah. So the Fae starts young, and the more time you spend in the ghost room, it gets older. So
Oh,
Repel,
that's weird. Does the model
Paramike.
change at all, or it's just that?
Nah. It just changes this unknown value. April Shawcross. And Witness, nope, Escape. Escape and Smudge, that's nice. Those go hand in hand. Get an Ouija board response. Hot dog, I can't wait.
Carry the microphone. Wait, there's Ouija boards?
Yeah, Ouija board's one of the cursed items. You can ask it questions that take 5 to 10% of your sanity, or you can ask it where the ghost is and lose 50% sanity. You can also ask it hide and seek, which will start a hunt after 5 seconds.
Man, I ain't never doing that.
You also have to remember to say goodbye, or else it'll start a cursed hunt. So you can't walk away from the board. Yep. That's the ones that last twice as long. I didn't look at where the breaker is on this one, so... Stickles. What's up, dude? Playing the Phasmophobia. Oh, hey, I found it. Alright, well, I heard a... It is throwing! Oh, yeah? Is it broken? Everything looks fine to me. I would swear I heard it throw stuff. Oh, it was in the basement, turning on the lights. My redeem is
I
broke.
went back to the truck
Oh.
to see where the breaker was. I forgot to
Yeah,
do
good
that.
question as to why I didn't do that. Good question as to why I didn't do that. Alright, so it's not a voodoo doll. It's not an Ouija board. Alright, it's not voodoo doll and it's not board. I'm gonna go check for a monkey's paw and a music box.
Monkey's paw?
Don't worry, it's another music box. So I heard it throw like a plate or a cup, which there's very few places it can be. Lame. Music boxes lame? Music boxes go hard, man.
Bone.
Woo, bone! Don't forget the photo before picking it up. That's worth money.
Got it.
Oh yeah, so this map you really only need to worry about one hiding spot, which is behind the fridge. Just go into the kitchen and hide to the side of the fridge.
It's the best one here. Or what?
Yeah, it's pretty much perfectly safe. Almost no matter what you do, aside from leaving on equipment or being spotted going into it, the ghost will not find you there.
Got it.
Where's this ding-out ghost?
Breakers are down.
Did you just hear something?
The breakers went out.
It's in the Basamante. Right? Because that should not be on the floor over there. That should not be down there. Nope, not a phantom. He is throwing up a storm though. Alright, so the ghost is down here. It tried to event at me. I dodged it. EMF 5. No fingerprints. So Phantom isn't even an option.
I heard him talk. He said, "Where is she?"
Where is she?
He was like in he was like in this area. I'll go get the dots in writing.
Yeah, we need to get everything down here. Alright, Bat Ghost, see you later. Is it singing? Was it ghost eventing? So one thing that can differentiate between a ghost event and a hunt is it'll turn off the lights immediately if it's a ghost event. So if you're in the room and the lights just turn off and it tries to get you, that's a ghost event. You're safe.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, that's something that can clearly keep you safe. Yeah, this ghost photo here. You look for the one that says finally proof of a ghost. It was crawling at me on the ground.
I don't even see it.
Yeah, you can see the shadow outline of the ghost.
They're real.
I'm I'm logged in. I don't know what would have been wrong. My blurb isn't working. Alerts, labels, blurb. Refresh.
Alright, I got
Interacting with
ghost
it?
dots and writing. I'm gonna go put them.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with it. Why it didn't work. Let me redeem it just for fun. Get started. Let's do the check-in. What the hell's wrong with blurb? All right, I'm gonna have to fix it. Which is, of course, not right now. Let's get this down there. Let's get this down there. So EMF, not fingerprints. Pretty fair. Pretty fair. Should I?
Because I heard a footstep, so I stepped back. And then I just see you run through me.
Yeah, this game can get you sometimes. It does not look to be freezing, though. So we're pretty safe on that. I think it's on the other side from here. Like, it's over in this area. That's where it was flicking lights and stuff, and that's where it tried to attack me. I might turn off the lights to see if there's ghost orbs. I swear it's hitting this thing over here. Oh. Is it hunting? No, it's not. She's being a jerk. Nice try, ghost. Gonna have to wake up earlier in the morning to get me with that.
I'm gonna grab Smudge.
Touch this door, though. I swear, that is it punching the water thing. I'm not seeing any orbs. There we go. I do have a flashlight. I could have turned that on. That'd have been smart. That ghost thought it was slick.
He almost got you, or what happened?
Nah, just walking at us like that. Still pretty safe.
Oh, I didn't even notice if we got dots or not.
I mean, I hadn't looked. I didn't stick around long enough for it. I didn't see any orbs. We can honestly get the other dots down there just to kind of canvas the room a bit more, and maybe another camera. Yeah, it's a whole deal. Let's take this and this. Put that down there. Ooh-wee, that ghost. That ghost thinks it's up to something. This ghost think he pretty. Alright, let's try and get maybe here. Sort of see them both. There. Put this here and then go get the other writing book. Alright, I'm going to go get the other book real quick. That should help out. Maybe get the... Maybe take UV down there just to be absolutely sure. We need to get Spirit Box too. Maybe bring a UV down and take some pills while you're up here, just so we can double check.
Got it.
It's one of those things to be absolutely sure of. This one real quick. Nope, ain't nothing. Take 90 seconds and sort of peer at these. Did it do something? I don't think it did anything. Sure whether or not anything happens. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Alright. Spirit box again. Are you here? Are you horny? Are you sexy? Are you grandma? Nope. Alright, well fine. Don't answer me. Ghost. You heard me when I said spirit box, right?
Yeah, yeah. So that means it's either twins or a wraith or a spirit.
Yeah, twin spirit or wraith. Let's see.
Because did we get orbs? I don't know if we got orbs or not.
There will not be orbs. There won't be any orbs. It's either going to be dots or freezing or writing.
He just turned all the lights off on me.
Oh, well, I mean, the breaker's down there. Let's take in some salt. I'm gonna go place some salt down there and see if anything steps in it.
Got it.
Let's test this one out. See what this ghost be up to. Who ghost you think you funny? Who funny now? Who's funny now? Alright. Place that there and there. And there. And there. And there and there. Ghost writing.
No, it's a spirit then.
Just a dang old spirit. Chase me up the stairs. Homie, you can stop it. Well, mission complete. And nothing scary happened.
Now we just need a smuggle.
We can easily do that. We have a spirit box. I mean, we have a music box. My bad. Of course we have a spirit box. We brought them.
For a second, I was like, wait, spirit box to track them?
Nah, no, it doesn't. But we have the music box, which we can use to get its attention. And then we can do a hunt. We can do a rodeo. We can walk around the dining table.
Alrighty.
Look at me walking into the dark. I have the music box.
What, is it this table?
Yeah, we can walk it around this table. Or you can walk it around this chair.
Got it. It's in the basement, right?
Yeah, it's in the basement. It can walk its way up here, but like I said, you know, the other side of the fridge is the safe spot. Here it comes. Walking up them stairs, probably. It may not actually come all the way up, but it's gonna sing at us. Check that out.
Creepy ass ghost.
Hey, dummy, we're up here.
We?
Stinky. Oh, it's over. What?
It didn't come all the way up here.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It almost got me at the table.
Oh shit! All right, for sure.
Then I smudged and went back downstairs.
He did not like the smudge stick.
Plus it's a spirit, so a spirit has a special ability tied to the smudge stick. If smudged, it cannot hunt for 3 minutes, as opposed to every other ghost, which cannot hunt for 90 seconds.
Gets shafted by the smudge stick.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to figure out on no evidence because of that. Since another ghost might just wait 3 minutes to hunt. And the demon can hunt after 60 seconds. They're aggressive, those little buggers.
Yeah. From what you've been telling me, they seem the most angry ones out of all of them.
Yeah, they do their thing. Hey, step through salt 6 times. We can go downstairs and take feet pics.
Man, it was just dancing around down there.
Alright, well, you got spirit marked?
Very marked.
Yeah, it's spirit, the thing it is. You marked it in the journal, we can just go ahead and bounce.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant like an item called spirit mark or something. But no,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I got it.
No, spirit's gonna be a major problem since they're in all the retail stores.
Oh boy.
Their signs are already up. Spirit's been getting earlier and earlier, man. Now it's July, and they're just like, hey, here we go.
Back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
I seriously only gained like 10 levels tonight. Professional be a thing. So that was Ridgeview Court. It's a whole thing.
Ridgeview Court. Crafton Farmhouse. That one looks cool.
Yeah, this'll be fun.
What do you mean by that?
Don't worry about it. You'll see.
boy.
How do you feel about
Oh, boy.
farmhouses?
They're cozy, I think.
Do you perhaps vacation in cabins?
A while ago once, it was a baby.
That might stop. Yeah, that might seem a whole lot less appealing after this.
Before investigating.
Oh boy. I also read the description of a long abandoned farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. We're in the Courage County doghouse.
Don't forget to grab items. Fortunately, though, this is another one where you don't really have to worry too much about hiding spots. There's some really good ones that aren't blocked. Ever. So, let's go in and find the breaker. There's a couple locations it can be. We'll go ahead and go do this first.
Oh, I didn't check where it was. You checked, right?
Bone. I didn't check, I just go straight for the certain locations. Oh, I already got the photo. You can dupe photos though, but it's a little tough. Having trouble picking it up? Alright, the other one is over this way. I think there's only 3 on this map. What the heck? I was hearing stuff. Oh, it's a Ouija board.